Okay, so we are live.
Okay, I think we can start on 7:07. That makes sense, so that we can wait for a few people to join. Or 7:05, 7:07 or 7:05 there. In the meantime, can everyone confirm whether they can access maybe the chat, especially those of us who are not presenters? You can just say hello on the chat if you're not a presenter, so that we can be sure that you can send maybe any question or something, or maybe any type of communication on the chat. Okay, I can see Olocha said hello. That means you guys can access the chat, which is good. I think we can start, right, Kemboy?
Yeah, sure. I can begin the session.
Okay. So hello and welcome to Kenya Data Platform User Group. This is a small user group which we are going to make it big, and we welcome everyone. So in this call, we are going to discuss all the things that we will be doing, and other people who might even join us will be helping us with these things. So we have some guest speakers who are one of the leads in this user group. It's just new, so in case you're just joining, this is our first session which we are going to have, and we are planning to have weekly sessions. Like next week, at time like now, we shall have a session all the way throughout the year. That's our plan. So So let's jump into this and see what we have. So, okay, this is just another picture of saying that this is our call, which we have today. But before we talk about anything, we need to speak of our code of conduct. These are just simple guidelines which we would like to adhere to so that everyone can feel comfortable. Uh, for example, you're supposed to treat everyone with respect and empathy. This is a user group which is welcoming and inclusive. So in case you are responding to someone, maybe in chat, you can tag him. And if you're responding to everyone, you can just uh, write your query there. So these are few things we would like, but the most important thing is respect, kindness, and just using an inclusive language to make sure that everyone feels at home and everyone is able to respond to whatever you might be asking or responding to. So in case you have more questions, we have our email. I think we shall get to that. And then uh, we shall, I thought someone is speaking, but okay. And then we shall discuss more. So our agenda for today is just an introduction to the user group, um, what we do, and you meet the people who will be leading various sessions on this group. And then we shall have even a QA and question and answer session. And also at the end, we shall have a brief introduction to Microsoft Azure and Microsoft LAN. So this being said, most of our events will be online. Sometimes we might have physical events. So, and sometimes even we might have hybrid events. So when we talk about events, we shall be doing events which are more hands-on most of the time so that you can get that aspect of doing things. We shall be having PPTs and then workshops as the event goes on. So these are some of the key areas which we'll be walking through. Uh, especially on Azure, we shall have several sessions on Microsoft Azure because this is a data platform user group. So that means most of the things we shall be deploying or working with will be on Microsoft Azure. So in case you are a fan of databases, web development, APIs, um, those are the things we shall be talking about, things like even Azure AI. So we want to help people to understand how you can use AI into your solutions to do some few things which are cool. But even before we talk about data platforms and uh, full stack development and Azure AI, we shall have some introductory events on Azure so that we can move from a beginner perspective all the way to advanced sessions. So this will be good. Even if you're a total beginner into these things, don't worry. We shall walk with you all the way through. So you can join our community. I think we have three three areas you can join us. One is missing here, but we shall add it. So we are mostly active on LinkedIn, and also in every event we shall have it. It will be announced on Meetup. So I know the links are not here, but I think Brian can share them on the chat. Uh, but before even you join these, let's say Meetup and LinkedIn, you're supposed to register a form. So that form it should send you a link to our WhatsApp group so that you can even join our WhatsApp group. And also you can keep track of our members. So it's a good idea to first join that form. I think someone will shall share it on the chat. And then that form shall email you something after you fill it. So That will be good because next time if you have quick communications and opportunities, uh, we shall use that as a list to distribute those opportunities. So what do we have for you? As I said, we shall be hosting events. These are interactive workshops. We shall be sharing educative blogs, and this is a good thing because I write blogs. Some of us here write out of blogs which can walk you through something, just like how a YouTube tutorial can walk you through something. There's also mentorship. Someone can mentor you in this user group to do something. Um, and also we are offering opportunities for people to contribute. So maybe you can be featured in an event, you can be a speaker. All we just need is someone who is active, who is doing something cool, and then the platform is there for you. So we also have certifications for actively participating members of this user group, and more opportunities will come as we progress. So let's now introduce the members of the leadership in this user group. This is me, and the rest I'm going to introduce themselves as time goes on. So I'm Kevin Chomba Gatimo. I'm outgoing Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, but currently I'm a Microsoft MVP under Web Development and Cosmos DB. Those are the technology areas which have been awarded as an MVP. I'm also a technical trainer at Teach to Give, where I train on web development and data analytics in a company known as Teach to Give in Nyeri. I write blogs, so this is where I write my blogs. It's called Microsoft Tech Community. You can just Google it. And also you can also click on this link and you shall just see my profile where I write blogs. So on LinkedIn, I'm active. You can just search Kevin dash Chomba dash Katimu. And then on Twitter, um, Kevin Chomba. So you have to start with an underscore so that you can find me. And also I have an outdated portfolio which I'm going to update very soon, but it is just Kevin Combat online. So Kevin Combat, Kevin Chomba dot online. Yeah. So I'm going to call the next person, who is also a lead to talk about himself. That is Brian.
All right, so thank you so much, Kevin, for letting me speak. My name is Brian Kemboy, and I'm very happy to be part of this user group. So we've been introduced about the user group, and I'm feeling very excited because this is a chance for us to learn. So I am a student in Kirinyaga University, pursuing software engineering. I'm now at my fourth year. And apart from my learning towards my career, I'm a Gold Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. So this is a program that I've been since I was in second year. That was in last year, 2023. And it has given me lots of opportunities. So these are the things that, as we continue the user group, you might be interested in some of these talks. And whenever you want us to communicate, I've shared several links: my LinkedIn, my website, my X platform. And if you can be able to reach out to me individually or personally, I can still be able to communicate or have a one chat with you. So I'm also a technical educator at Microsoft Tech Community. So this is a new part that uh, I took, and thank you to my mentor Kevin for for the mentorship that you gave me. I never knew that one day I could be able to reach out to many other people outside there with content relating to specific products, and it's very inspiring to see that many readers are available on Microsoft Tech Community, and most of the content that we'll be sharing during the user group shall be from the blogs that we write, and also the blogs that have been written by other others, so that you can get an easy way to understand. Because sometimes we find that our attendees always says that navigating the actual documentation might be a problem, but using these blogs that we write, you can be able to have that breakdown of those terminologies and concepts. So for me, I'm a software developer. I've gained these skills through community engagements, through attending the academic classes, friends. So by us coming together like how we are now, it's a chance for us to learn something, reaching out. So this part of reaching out and developing the skills. So I'm a full stack web developer at the moment, and I continue learning new additional skills. Lastly, I'm also the chairperson of the Computer Society of Kirinyaga. And this community in our university, whereby students from different courses are able to come together, come and learn the skills that are there for us. We have different tracks that we have, and we always do our best to impact other students also with these skills. So it's good for anyone who is in the call, joining us as a member today, joining us as an organizer, or anyone who would still want to partner with us so that you can be having these sessions. That in anything that you learn, you can be able to um, upskill other members of your community, and it's good to share your skills with others. So thank you so much, and I feel happy to be part of this user group. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kemboy, for that introduction, which is cool. I'm going to call our next speaker because time is not on our side. That is Dennis Kaduri.
Thank you once again, Kevin. My name is Dennis Washira. I'm Grant, or happy to be part of this community, and I hope we shall go grow together. So a little bit of my bio. So I'm a Gold Microsoft Run Student Ambassador. I'm celebrating the second anniversary coming month, and also a technical educator at Microsoft Tech Community, where we do write technical blogs, mostly on how to blogs. And I'm currently a software developer, mostly specializing in web development, and also the vice chair person of Computer Society of Kirinyaga. And I'm always active on LinkedIn, so you can connect with me. Can go there and search Dennis dash Washira, and you'll be able to communicate or connect with me there. And also on Twitter, Dennis Washira _. I'm happy to be part of this group, and I hope we shall grow together. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dennis, for that welcome introduction. So I'm going to call our next speaker, the first, the first lady so far. Three men have spoken. So Tiffany Mwaniki, go ahead.
Hello everyone. I'm Moniki Tiffany or Tiffany Moniki, whichever you can call me. I'm happy to be part of this community because being part of a community, it really helps you grow. And since I started joining communities and being active in tech communities, my journey went to a different level. So I hope this community will help you achieve something. I am a Better Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. I'm also the current Secretary General of Computer Society of Kirinyaga. Being in these two communities, it has really helped me understand tech in a different level. And I'm also in the Computer Society of Kirinyaga. I'm the machine learning and AI track lead, and I am deeply involved with activities in our community, and also I'm active in LinkedIn and X. You can find me as Moniki Tiffany, or in X you can find me as Revolta Alpha. Also in GitHub, I'm also a technical educator. Kevin has introduced us to writing blogs. It's a new thing I'm still venturing in, but I'm happy to be part of this group. and I hope all of you will learn and grow together with us.
Okay, thank you, Tiffany, for that. I'm going to call. I don't know whether Fresha is on the call or she had some issues. So if she's not on the call, I'm just going to jump to the next person, that is Rehan.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Okay, so I'm not going to say anything much. I'm just a Venture Microsoft Learn ambassador. I'm also a software developer. I make stuffs using software, and I'm the Carifast Tribe campus leader in my university. You can also connect with me through LinkedIn. I'm not that social, so can get me through LinkedIn most of the time or email. Yeah, so excited for the session. We'll talk more when I introduce you to Azure. Thank you.
Okay, that's nice, Rehan. So I'm just going to welcome Kemboy to take part in the next session. Kemboy, you're muted.
All right, I'm very, very sorry. All right, so thank you so much, Kevin, for giving me this chance to talk about Microsoft Learn. And the first talk we are going to have about how do you get to learn several things. So what is Microsoft Learn? Because mostly these are the platforms that you always hear outside there, and you would really want to know in details like what is it. So Microsoft Learn is an online platform. It offers training, resources, courses, certifications to all the individuals. It doesn't say who is specified to and who is not specified to use Microsoft Learn. So anybody who is passionate about learning something can find a resource and learn about some products and technologies on this platform. So I would like to also take you through a tour on Microsoft Learn. And it's actually a portal whereby you can be able to create your own accounts, manage your profiles, and it's also good for you to have one because I'll be showing you like how it looks like, what are the things that you should take note of, especially when you're on Microsoft Learn. So if you wanna jump over there, maybe before me, there's a link, and I'll be sharing it on the chat. But also, it's it's a direct link, but I'll be able to take you through. And for anybody who has a challenge, maybe clicking the link, I'll be able to demonstrate that. So going to the next slide, the things that I'll be measuring about is how you'll be able to see how you'll be able to navigate the documentations, the certifications, because this is another topic that we're having to talk about, the virtual training days. uh, the technical community blogs, how can you be able to access them through Microsoft Learn and the Founders Hub? So those are the things that we shall be talking about. Yeah, right. Let me share my screen now on the platform itself. All right. So once you're on your favorite browser, and for me, I'm using Microsoft Edge. So you can be very curious and just type Microsoft Learn. I hope my screen is visible to your end. Somebody can confirm that.
Yes, it is.
All right, so with any search of Microsoft Learn, the first link that you always find is the one on the training, and this is the actual site that you'd be going direct to. So I'm going to open that, and here it takes you. So by default, if you don't have an account, you won't get logged in directly. So let me just assume that I'm a new person just joining Microsoft Learn. So this is how you could find Microsoft Learn for anybody who doesn't have an account. And the first thing that you see from Microsoft Learn is the marketing that happens just on top over here. So these are the things that you should be able to watch out, especially if you're more enthusiastic about tech events. So once you enter Microsoft and you find some notifications up here, just try and get to know more, because this is Microsoft Ignite starting November 2024. So this is an event whereby Microsoft are hosting a meeting or an event whereby technologies and experts are always there to come and showcase some new technologies. Sometimes you might find some skills challenge that are presented on the marketing page here at the top. So that's where you can be able to also to participate in some AI skills challenges. And sometimes you always get a voucher that you can do your examinations. So because most of us are asking like, okay, I'm a student, how am I able to get a certification? And all is shared to you through Microsoft Learn. You just have to be curious of some of the things that keep changing on the page. So if you find any challenge that's over here or any event, just inquire to know more, and you'll be able to get more guidance into that. So something else that I want to talk about is creating your accounts. So for me, I have an account, but for anybody who doesn't have an account, you have to provide your email and your personal details like your name. It's those basic things like your name, email, and some of the preferences that you choose during Microsoft Learn, some personal details like you can be able to even to be asked about your mobile number. So those are the details that they'll be able to ask you so that they can be able to use it to customize the experience, and also making all the personal things that belongs to you in order. So I've been able to log in with my personal account. So it's always good for you to create an account on Microsoft Learn with your personal account. This is because if you use an organizational email, like for instance, if you're an ambassador, if you're a student, you have a school email, at some point you might not have access to that email address. So it's good for you to use your personal account. So once I click on this icon, the first thing let's view is your profile. Once I view that, so it shows how my profile is. So this, how I've made my profile, I always do my best to make my profiles, whether it's on a social media or a learning platform like this, make it look neat, because this is where everything is going to be presented to you. I have my profile picture, the details that I had, and let's just jump into whatever things we see just below it. So this is an activity. It shows you the recent things that you'll be able to do. It tells me that, okay, today, November 2nd, I was able to see something on DevOps, and telling me that I joined a challenge that's cybersecurity, and so many other things that I've been able to do in the past. I can be able to also navigate through the training, see what's available there. So training is also specific things I've been able to do. These are the modules that I'll be able to take. We have the plans. So so the plans is actually like the things that you always want to do next, because sometimes you've been having to do some path, and then after some time you pause it somewhere. So Microsoft Learn will always take note of those points that you stopped, and it's going to proceed. Once like I want to proceed with this, I can just click on resume, and it's going to just take me to a specific place where I stopped. So we have challenges. Challenges are the ones that I told you about, like the cybersecurity challenge. This is a challenge that I joined, and you can see it's ending very soon. So now let's talk about the credentials. So this is a part that is very important. Credentials talks about some of the achievements that you've had ever since you joined Microsoft Learn. So if you did a certification, so here is where you always get it. So I'm going to click on certifications. So it's very important for you, especially if you are a tech enthusiast, to just learn about Microsoft certifications, what certifications are there as a beginner, how do you start the certifications, and having an account is the first place whereby after you do one, you'll be all the certification that you've done will always be in your account. Like for instance, this shows the certification I've done, the two most, but once I expand it, it shows the rest. Yeah. So, all right. Can also Q&A is just asking about many questions that people might be asking, but we can just click on achievements. So achievements tells you all the modules that you'll be able to do. You can just also check by the parts, the courses. So this is just like what you've been able to accomplish through the MS Learn. So this is like a place whereby all your things are all placed. So something to note is transcripts. So this is a learning portal, and whenever you do something, it's always recorded. So let's check on the transcript. So the transcript will always contain all the things that I've done. Just like if you're a student, you can now remember your time in school that each and every semester you always have a transcript of the units, and you all of the things are recorded and how you made it. So it's important for you to having this because you can share with others, especially if you want to share this with your recruiter, like what have you achieved. So you can share the link or you can print it. So you can decide to print, save as PDF, and then save it. So it's going to download everything that you've done, and you can be able to showcase everything that you've learned. So I think that's set for it. And let me show you other things that are available for you on Learn. You can be able to click on product documentation. Let's say today you want to learn something on Azure. You're just here. So you can see there's so many other products that are available, but specifically you want to learn Azure. So just click on Azure, and it's going to take you to the specific documentation of Azure Cloud Computing. So this is the source of the official documentation of the people who created Azure, and it contains several details. See, you see, you have getting started, the architecture, you're going to learn the overview. And once even you get down to these other places, Ryan is going to tell you more about how Azure portals looks like. Like these are how they are categorized. If you want to learn something like app service, something like it gives you the details of the specific things that you want to learn. All right. So something else you might be looking into is developer languages. So if you want to learn some programming languages like C#, for instance, so here's the actual documentation. So if you want to learn some fundamentals, you just get into this. If you just want to take a tour, or if you want to take the certification on the fundamentals of C# certification. So these are the parts. You can find that Microsoft Learn gives like each and everything that you need at instance that you at your instance that you're requesting for. All right. We also have other topics, but also talks about specific things. So these are also resources that you can have access to. So, but let me just go back to Learn. Let me just reload the page. So once I'm on Learn and just scrolling just below it, so there are several things that are written, but specifically I'm looking for these are inspirations from other people who have written about how their experience on Microsoft Learn. But I want to take you through these virtual training days because I find this very important because I always register for these virtual training days because virtual training days is a day when an expert is going to come have an event like a whole entire day talking about certain product. For instance, if I just click on this, let's wait for that to load. So these are the Microsoft virtual training days, and you can be able to customize because you see these are other events that are planned, but maybe from different languages. But if you want one, let's say from your preferred language, so you can choose between language. So I can say I want one that's for English. Now you have almost all of them. So you can just get in, see like this is an AI fundamentals training. If you can just register and then get started from this. So what are the advantages of getting into these trainings? So these trainings gives you some fee discount, especially during the exams. So Microsoft Learn examination certifications are always paid. And once you attend these virtual training days by registering yourself, you see you get 50% off of the exam price. So if you're a software developer, data scientist, data engineer, AI practitioner, or anyone who just want to take some certification, especially on a thing that you find very useful to you. So Microsoft Learn is here for you, especially the virtual training days. So I want to go back to Microsoft Learn. So some other things that are resourceful for you is like the Microsoft Reactor. Reactor is also sessions that are hosted by MVPs, the employees from Microsoft, so that you can be able to get some insight about some other products that are developed, like for instance, a Copilot developer camp. So these are cool things for you to always watch out. So also going back to Learn again. Let me just close these tabs. So there are other things like the Microsoft Learn blogs. So this will always take you to tech community. So of the blogs that Microsoft Learn are always advocating for. And this is the site whereby we always publish our blogs. Like we've been able to write different blogs with the team that we have who have prepared this session, and we shall be sharing them, especially when we are not to discuss about several contents that we have. So all these are blogs to guide you through a technical product. Yeah, there are several things that you can have for startups. These are founders hub for students, or any person who just want to have a startup. So if you want to have such a startup with AI, if you have an AI project or you want to have a startup, please be sure to visit this link. This is going to give you more details of like how are you able to apply for Microsoft apply from Microsoft Founders Hub so that you can be able to get those credits and be funded when your project grows along. Right, so there's so many things Student Hub is for students. You can just get in there. There's several things available for students. All right, I wish to now go to my last part, that is case certifications. Okay. So if you want to have a certification, let's say, for instance, you want to learn about Azure Cloud Computing, for instance, today. Let's say just Azure. So you have like literally all of this, but there's another way for you to navigate, because sometimes you want to learn about something and you don't want to be able to search through. Maybe just get into one. Right, so this is a product, so product Azure. So like this is a way for you to be able to navigate and be able to do this. So let me just share with you an overview of like for anyone who want to learn specifically, because today we are going to learn Azure. So let's say Azure computing fundamentals. So these are certified Microsoft Azure certification. Let me just get in. And in Microsoft Azure is now, you're now being given a specific content that you can be able to use so that you can navigate your journey through a specific certification. So in this case, you see you have specific modules. Now you have like 3 modules that you can be able to do so that you can be ready to take this exam. The exam, you're told it's going to take like 45 minutes for you. You can be able to see how you can be able to schedule the exam, the price of the exam. But if you are from a country, let's say Kenya, it's always different depending on your country. You see it costs almost $55. If you had attended the virtual training days, it's going to be 50% off of this. And if you had joined any cloud skills challenge that was shared by Microsoft, and they might also give you a voucher so that you can be able to sit for these exams free without paying for them. So there are several certification that you can be able to do. And as we go ahead, we are going to talk about more other certifications that are available for students, available for anybody who wants to be an expert in something, or somebody who just want to take something that is an associate but not very fundamental to you. So if you have any question about Microsoft Learn, how you can be able to navigate, so feel free to share with us, especially when we have our Q&A. And also you can be able to share with us through the chat. So at this point, I've been able to guide you through navigating the Azure, the Microsoft Learn, and I hope that you are able to get something out of it. So thank you so much.
Okay, that was so awesome, Kemboy. Okay, so allow me to share my screen so I can get us going into cloud computing. Okay. Yeah, okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I think it's visible.
Yes, we can
Yes,
see your
yes, yes.
screen.
Okay, I think we can go. So before we start or we go to the Azure cloud platform, we have to know what cloud computing is. So cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. Computing services include common IT infrastructure, such as virtual machines, storage, maybe databases, and networking. Cloud services also expand the traditional IT offerings to include things like IoT, I know you've heard of that, and some machine learning, which has been recent, especially from AWS, then now to Azure, and also the thing you're all talking about, AI. So because cloud computing uses the internet to deliver these services, it doesn't have to be constrained by physical infrastructure, the same way that a traditional data center is. By that, I mean, if you need to increase your IT infrastructure rapidly, you don't have to wait for or to build a new data center. You can use the cloud to rapidly expand your IT footprint, okay? So I had a video here, just something I got from Microsoft Learn. Yeah, it's a great place to learn. So tell me if you can hear it.
What is cloud computing?
Is it okay?
Yes, yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me start the video.
What is cloud computing? Just like when you shop for your own computer, cloud computing lets you choose the power and features you need to run your software. The difference is, with cloud computing, the PC is in a cloud provider's data center instead of physically with you. This lets you pay for only the services you use. Plus, someone else gets to manage the upkeep of the computer. Each cloud provider will have their own selection of services to choose from, but the basic services provided by all cloud providers are compute power and storage. Compute power is how much processing your computer can do. For example, when buying a home computer, you may choose a computer with 8 gigabytes of RAM and the latest processor to run the software you need today. But as the load on the computer grows, you find that it slows down. With cloud computing, you can add and remove compute power as you need it. This saves on costs, since you only pay for the resources you use. Storage is the volume of data you can store on your computer. A traditional computer has limited hard drive space. Over time, you may have to run out and buy another hard drive to store more data. With cloud computing, you can request more storage as you need it. Cloud providers manage the upkeep of the computer, so you don't have to. They will make sure that there are backups, that the operating system is up to date, as well as making sure that everything is up and running 24 hours a day. So as your business grows and your computing needs change, you can quickly bring on new computing resources in a cost-effective way.
Okay, that was Microsoft Azure. So let's jump into it. Okay, so let's look at Microsoft Azure. So we have seen what a cloud computing platform is, and we have one that is growing in popularity, Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft Azure is a cloud computing platform with an ever-expanding set of services to help you build solutions to meet your business goals. Azure services support everything from simple to complex. Azure has a simple web services for hosting your business presence in the cloud, and also it supports running fully virtualized computers, managing your custom software solutions. Azure also provides a wealth of cloud-based services like remote storage, database hosting, and a centralized account management. It also offers new capabilities like artificial intelligence and Internet of Things focused on services. So the question you might be asking yourself is, where or how do I use Azure to meet my business goals? So the thing Microsoft provides is the Azure portal. So the Azure portal is a platform or a place where you are going to spin up the virtual machines you want to use, interact with the services that you'll need in your business, and also it manages, it actually manages your costs more efficiently than having a data center like maybe in Nairobi. So these are the links you can use to open up open up an account. It's free for students to get 100 credits maybe for I think a year. And then if you're not a student, you can choose the pay as you go pricing. So if you click those links, you're going to be taken to this page, and you can start free if you're a student and start with $100 of Azure credit. Yeah, and you don't require a credit card, and plus free services if you're a student. So you can just click start here and start. And if you're not a student, just go ahead and try Azure for free. I think you're going to get is it 200 credit, if you can see my screen. 200 credits for a month. Yeah, so it's quite big if you're a student. Yeah, so these are the free products you can interact with, virtual machines. Yeah, that's if you have an account. Okay, so let's get to the Azure portal so we can interact with it. So the Azure portal is just quite simple. We have on the left, we have a menu, which you click these 3 lines. We have a button here to create a resource for your business. We have the home button, dashboard, and all the services that Azure provides. And if you notice here, you have some favorite services. So I quite often use virtual machines. I also use CosmoDB when I'm building some softwares. Yeah, so I put them on the favorite section. And how do you put them on the favorite section? So if you hover maybe on a services like virtual networks, there's a star here, which you can click and unclick. Okay, so if let's say I unstar virtual networks, I don't think I will find it here. So it's gone. If you start, okay, if you start it again, you'll find it on the favorite tab or favorite section. Okay, another thing is you can customize this Azure portal according to your liking. And Azure portal is easy to create and manage resources that you might need, and your configuration goes with you anywhere in the world because these settings are saved on the cloud. I think you know what a cloud is by now. So if you're in another machine, you'll just find the same settings, the same customization, the personalization on that computer you're using. So we have seen the left side, the left menu bar. Let's go to the up bar here. So we have the Microsoft Azure logo, a search bar, and Copilot. I think they are introducing Copilot, but if you click it, yeah, I think it will load, but it wasn't doing anything at that time. But it's the AI. It's Microsoft AI. It's quite impressive. And here you can click on the Azure console or the Azure Cloud Shell. If you're not a fan of GUI, maybe you like typing in commands to spin up your services. And also we have the notification button here. As you can see, I think it showed me like I had some credits. But for now I don't have any settings. And also we have the help and support troubleshooting button here. If you click it, you'll find some help here. Okay. So as you can see, I'm currently logged in as Rehan Liai at studentambassador.com. Yeah, .microsoft, yeah. So if you log in, you'll see that. And let's try to personalize this portal again. So if you click on this gear button, you're going to see some tools or maybe some things you can use to customize your experience. So if you go to appearance and startup views, you can see appearance, how you want the menu bar behavior. Do you want it docked or do you want it to fly out? I have mine as flied out. Yeah, if you click here, it flies out. That's the English. Yeah, the service menu bar, how do you want it to behave? Your theme. Or some people don't like Azure Portal in dark mode. I don't know why. Yeah, the same here. But there's another option for startup views. So you choose your portal landing page and the directory it will go. So you can opt for home or a dashboard. Let's see how a dashboard looks like. So if you apply changes, and let's go to the home. Okay, I've refreshed it, sorry. So but you saw that there are like some dashboards. It went from home to like dashboards, even if I click again. So dashboard, it places your resources or any information you might need on like tiles. So we have the service health tile, marketplace, and this other tile for virtual machines, yeah, and all the resources I need. I can also like have a date and time here if I need a date and time. So you just click edit, okay, and you get a tile gallery. So it says here drag and drop or select or click add. You can add other parts of the portal to the dashboard by pinning. So I want to add a clock here. Yeah, so let me drag it. Yes, and I have a clock right there. I think you can see it. Here it is. And also if I don't like it here, I can just drag and drop it any place I like. So if I click save, yeah, so there's my date and time. That I'm trying to show you how Azure is customizable. And also talking about customizable, you see the favorites services I'm having here. I can also like drag them. Maybe I want this Cosmos DB to be at the top. Yeah, so that it is at the top. Okay, so that's the configuration part of it. Let's go to the search bar. Let's see how I can look for services. So if you click services, I think it's going to, oh, if you click search and search for services, let me search for a virtual machine. It's just some simple search functionality. So I can go to all services. Here it's with the marketplace. For the marketplace, you can buy some like extra gear for your virtual machine, or also look for some configured network. Yeah, so also we have services, virtual networks, virtual clusters. I think these are the things you're going to be seeing in our next sessions. I hope you guys will be ready. Yeah, and also I don't want to bombard you with a lot of things. I think we look at notification. You can see I have like 100 credits. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So let's look at the some pop-up. When I hover on a resource, you can see like I have some popover on when I like some popover. You can go to some links, or for this is called a resource group. It's like a folder where I have all my services in there. So I have this front final, vehicle rental, proxy server, all in this resource group. So when I hover on service, you can see like it gives me some links to other things. Is it resource groups? Hover, it pops up, and I can go to some free training on Microsoft. So maybe if I click that, and also there are other useful links down below. So when I click there, I think it takes me to some to Microsoft Learn. Yeah, obviously. But anyway, that's it. I think that's the presentation. Thank you guys for joining. I can give this, or I can give the mic back to Kevin. Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Brian and Rihan, for those two presentations. They are good. I've learned something new. I never knew whether on Azure you can drag and drop and even add, I think, croc and other things. I was just surprised. But that is cool. Learned a lot today on that aspect. So, I think we are going to get into the other section of QA. I don't know whether I can be able to get the okay, take control back. Okay. I think we are going to jump on the QA so that we can hear some questions. If you have any query, you can throw it on the chat. If you're brave enough, you can just ask a question. You can just unmute yourself or raise the hand. There's this hand, there's the raise button on top there. You can just raise, and then I shall give you uh time to ask any question. Any question, guys? So we are going to have another event next week. So let me ask a question maybe to kickstart these. What do you guys want us to start learning on? We thought to start with Azure, like the introductory part of Azure, so that we can start from scratch. But in case you have any maybe better suggestion or maybe specific thing you want us to kickstart on in the user group, we are happy to hear your idea. Also, we welcome any speaker, anyone who is a member is also a speaker in this user group. It's not only the leads who can host events. Even if you're not a lead, you can just host event. You just need to communicate in advance, and then we shall make all the arrangements. We want to start with Easy 900, which is like the introductory part of Azure, so that other things which we shall be doing will be on top of that, so that next time if someone, let's say Kemboy or Kamal or whoever is speaking, or Gideon is talking about something like Azure Cosmos DB, which I'm an MVP of, um, you should be able to know what Azure is in that sentence, you know. So when someone is talking about Cosmos DB, you know that Azure is just a platform where Cosmos DB is running on. So we want to create that environment where even if someone is new, we can always point him or her to a session which we had in the past, and that session was talking about a certain topic. So I think I have asked a question and answered it. But anyway, in case you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Kimboy, maybe, or Dennis, you can share the link to the registration form, just in case someone else is on this call and wants to register to our user group. He or she can be able to join us via that form. You can share it on the chat.
It's over here, and if I think it's also clickable, you can also click on the link or even scan. So the link over here is the link that will take you through the registration form. So just fill in the details that are available on the form, and we're going to get back to you through an email so that you can get started joining our WhatsApp group and also joining the meetup. I think even people might be asking about what's a meetup, because most of us we've not interacted with it. So it could be good also to enlighten them, like what's available on Meetup, what's available on our LinkedIn page, so that they can always get informed of all this.
Okay, that's nice. Let me just share my screen so that I can show you guys about Meetup. Before I stop sharing so that I can show you about Meetup, I can see Fresha just joined us. I don't know whether she is in a position to maybe introduce herself briefly. I think if she is in a position to do that, this is her chance to do that as we wind up.
Okay, thank you, Kevin, for the opportunity. Hi, guys. Good evening, everyone. Apologies for my late. I was on commute. My name is Fresh Njoki, Beta Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, as well as a technical content creator at Microsoft Tech Community. And also currently I'm serving as a DevOps engineer at Digital Catalyst. Welcome to this official launch of Kenya Data Platform User Group. Will be hosting sessions back to back to promote our community with continuous learning, and so that we would help everyone to be at the top in this tech vast world. And yeah, thank you everyone. And below there are my social media handles, LinkedIn and X. Let's connect and encourage the community growth. Thank you, Kevin, and back to you.
Okay, thank you, Fresha, for that. So let me just share our Meetup page and maybe try to explain what is a Meetup. So this is our official Meetup page. So as you can see, maybe I can start by saying Meetup is just like a way of people meeting up, as the name goes by. You know, it was started to make sure that people can connect and host events. So as specific, we have our Meetup page, which is known as Kenya Data Platform User Group. Maybe you can add some dash between the words. Yeah. But even if you search just Kenya Data Platform User Group, you shall see us. You can see some of our organizers, and you can see we have a lot of members. Maybe some of us are on this call, and here they are. So in this meetup is maybe as the use case which I think can be understood by most of us is you can be able to track which events are upcoming even before you register for them. For example, if I can show you, I don't know that I can, okay. If you go to the About section in our Meetup page, you can see this is the event which we are on, okay? You can see even whatever the agenda is, okay? So next time, maybe today or tomorrow, we are going to create an event which will happen next week at time like now, and next week but one at time like now. So you can be able even to track the number of events which are upcoming in our user group, even before you register for them. You can know that, hey, next week they'll be talking about cloud computing. Next week, but one, they'll be talking about Azure App Services. Next week, but one, they'll be talking about maybe Azure Data Platforms. So that is one use case we are going to use with Meetup. Generally, we shall be communicating these in advance in our WhatsApp group and also on our LinkedIn profile. So you can join across the board. And also the cool thing is that you can always read, even know who is the presenter. For example, you can see who are the attendees and who is the presenter in that call. You can also even read the agenda of the call, and even you can see a link to register for that event. So after you register for a certain event, you shall be getting a link to join the call. So it's a simple way. You just need to go to your email and check a link which will be sent after you register. So this is cool. And also this is, we are trying to make our user group to be part of Azure Data Platform. I don't know if I can get it. Yeah, so our user group, I'm working on this. We are going to make it to be part of a Microsoft official Azure data community in Meetup. So as you can see, if you go to Azure Data Tech Groups, so this is like a group of user groups which are officially managed by Microsoft. And these groups host events. Like you can always see what they are doing. Maybe, it's like a calendar thing, which you can see. So we have even Johannesburg, we have other user groups. So we are trying to make ours official to this Meetup page so that you can even have access to see other user groups and what they are talking about. So that is one advantage of that. The second one, we can also be happy. As you can see in Africa, for example, we just have two dots, that is Botswana and Nigeria. So we are trying to bring another dot, here in Kenya, the metro. As you can see in Europe, we have a lot of dots for user groups which are dealing with data platforms. And as you can see in America, we have a lot. So, but in the whole of Africa, we just have one user group in Nigeria and one in South Africa. So we want to bring one in the metro here. So benefits of doing that. So the product teams in Microsoft who are talking about these technologies, which we shall be helping you guys understand, even learn together with you guys. They share resources in advance. They try even to give us more help on making sure that the community is engaging, the community is growing, the community is learning even before other parts of the world have this information. So this is like a simple way to track our progress and also to be at that competitive level as compared to other people who are not in a user group. As you can see, there are 135 user groups under data platforms. Okay, they are called data tech groups, but anyway, it's data platforms. And they are in 37 countries, so this will be 38 very soon. And as you can see, you have there is 126,000 users. So this is good because you can even join another call for another user group, and see how they do things. So it's good. As you can see, Johannesburg has a lot of members. They have 1,000 plus. We are working on that. We are like 1 week old, so we have to take baby steps as we move on. As you can see, there are others with 2,000. So 2,000. So we shall also make progress. So I think that answers a lot of the questions about the meetup thing. So that being said, I'm happy. Someone might be, I can't see any questions on the chat. Maybe I can respond to them. Feel free to unmute yourself. You can comment, you can ask a question, you can do anything. It's the QA part now. As we wind up, we have like 1 minute left or 2 minutes. Yes, so Kimboy is saying, help us share our user group with others in your social media. Yeah, that's cool. There's this form. You can always share this form to anyone. It is like the process which we are trying to do so that because if you just join the meetup, you might not have access to the WhatsApp group, which you shall be making quick communications. So we are encouraging people to first join via the form, which Dennis has shared on the chat. The form will always be open, so once you register that, you'll get everything in order. So as I said earlier, our sessions will be hands-on. So a little bit of theory and then hands-on so that people can get that aspect of doing something, creating a solution, solving a certain problem. So we are trying to make sure that that is our goal. We don't want to bore you guys with just talks and talks and talks. We want at the end of the session, you can come out with some practical aspect of whatever you learned in that lab or workshop. So I can see more questions. So
And remember, this user group is not just for Azure. Most people look at Azure as a cloud. So for developers, you're here for the database, you're here for deployments. Yeah, so don't think of it as just learning what is Azure and what it entails. It's going to be big, it's going to go global.
yes, thank you T for that. I can see Daniel Ngao, your hand is up. Daniel was my classmate, so Daniel, go ahead. You're muted in case you're speaking. You can just unmute yourself and then go ahead. Okay, I can see Daniel is not speaking. All Daniel was testing that feature of raising hand, maybe. Gao, don't tell me that you're testing the feature of raising hand. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. Thank you for attending. Next week, same time, we shall share what we think. I think we are going to start from Azure, like from scratch. We shall have a good session next week. Yeah. So thank you and see you next week.